Hello students! Now let's begin our lesson. The theme of the lesson, second conditional, would you dare? The aim of the lesson, educational, to teach students camping vocabulary and how to use it in speech. Developing, to enrich students' memory and logical thinking, to develop creativity during exercises. Bringing up, to stimulate the students' interest and their power of guessing and the thinking in the foreign language.
By the end of this video, you will understand and be able to use the second conditional in English. The second conditional is used to talk about unreal or impossible things. So in this case, if I won the lottery, I'd buy a big house in the country. The pig sees winning the lottery as highly unlikely. So what's the form? Well, it's if plus the past simple and would plus the infinitive. What you need to remember about the second conditional is that although you're talking about the present or the future, you use the past simple. Don't forget that in spoken English, would is often abbreviated to just a d sound, as in I'd. Here's an example of talking about the present. The lady is thinking about the annoying man in the office. If he didn't annoy me so much, I'd spend more time in the office. The speaker sees it as impossible that he will not annoy her. And an example about talking about the future. This boy is thinking about a party. If I got an invitation, I'd go there right away. And here again, the boy sees it as impossible or highly unlikely that he'll get an invitation. Also, what's strange here is that we often say were instead of was in the second conditional. Normally we say I was, but here we say if I were you, I'd make an appointment to see the doctor. So let's see how much you remember. The second conditional is seen by the speaker for possible or impossible situations. Impossible, that's right. Which tends to be used in the if clause. The past simple, even though we're talking about the present or the future. And lastly, what do we often use instead of was in the if clause? Were, that's right. So congratulations! You now know how to use the second conditional.
We use the second conditional to talk about actions in situations that are unlikely or impossible. We use a structure of past simple plus would. For example, if I won the lottery, I would buy a really nice fast car. If I had two hats, I would wear two hats. If I saw an alien, I would run away really quickly. If I lived in China, I would eat my food with chopsticks. If I put salt in my coffee, it would not taste very good. If I ate 20 hamburgers, my stomach would explode. If I went to the moon, I wouldn't breathe easily. If I didn't practice so much, I wouldn't play the piano very well. The structure of second conditional, if plus past simple, comma, present conditional. The usage, imaginary situations in the present or future. For example, if I won $1 million, I would buy a new car. If I were you, I would quit smoking. If I were the president, I would lower taxes. They would stay longer if they had more time. If I won $1 million, I could stop working. If I had more free time, I could travel around the world. Now do the exercise from your student's book. Exercise 1A. Match the expressions to the photos below. The first, painted their face in their team's colors. Second, had their tongue pierced. Third, dyed their hair orange. 4. Shaved their head. 5th, had an unusual hairstyle. The 6th, had a tattoo. Now look at these pictures. Keys 1D, 2A, 3F, 4E, 5C, 6B. The next task is comprehension. Exercise 2A. Read and listen to the dialogue. Which of the things on exercise 1 do Jake and Ella talk about? Now, read the dialogue. Let's revise the second conditionals. We use the second conditional to talk about a hypothetical or imaginary situation in the present or in the future and its consequence. Compare. If I have time, I'll help you. It is a possible situation. I may have time. If I had time, I'd help you. An imaginary situation. I don't and I won't have time. Now, complete the sentences. Put the verbs in brackets into the correct form. Your home task. Exercise 7A, page 33. Complete the questions. Use the verbs from the box. Exercise 8A, page 33. Answer the questions.